Hey everyone, it's Carm Capriato on another Facebook Live Friday afternoon here Eastern Time. It's about 2 o'clock. Glad to have you by again for another wonderful update on the podcast. We're just going to hang in there for a minute to be sure that we are broadcasting and getting ourselves out there. And that's one of the cool idiosyncrasies of Facebook Live, to be sure that the audience shows up. And I know if you're watching this in review, then you're saying, "Come on, Carm, get with it, get with it. We've got a lot of things to cover," and we do in 10 minutes. We actually do. So, how was your week? Hey, we're heading into last big holiday weekend of the summer. Can you believe that the summer has already gone by? Well, hey, anyway, welcome to the tribe. We're going to cover today, of course, behind the scenes of the shows. And a hot topic, if I can get a chance to get to it, the question and answers of the week. Really good stuff, very hot, important replies that we got to last week's question. We'll do the song of the week and a special quote. I think if I got a special quote. I can't remember if I picked one for today. Hey, don't forget about the podcast hotline, 716-320-1567. The podcast hotline. Anything you want to leave a message with me on any idea at all. So just let me know. Looks like Facebook is still spreading the word for the audience. And again, I never know if that's an issue getting out. Hey, don't forget about the hat swag. Hat swag. Well, I talk about really cool. When I get enough of them in, I'm going to start wearing one a week every Friday. And just send me your company hat, and I'll wear it for the first 2-3 minutes. And just send it to Carm Capriato, Capriotto, Carm Capriato, P.O. Box 350, North Boston, New York, 14110. It'd be great if you could get that to me. Now, today, we released a great episode with Bobby Bassett. He is He's a trainer, the North American training manager for Gates Automotive. I know Bobby, and I've seen him but train before, and he did it with me back in the day for service professionals and even distributor salesmen, so that they know what's really going on with the with the accessory belt drive system. Now, listen to this episode without fail, please. It's really important because you're going to take a lot of great takeaways from it. Bobby's an excellent trainer. And you'll have a chance to listen to him. And it's almost like you're listening to Bobby when he's teaching a webinar or he's doing an actual class. He's very passionate about making sure you get to the root cause of the repair. He's got great statistics on misdiagnosis and the failure rates of many of the components in the cooling and the drive system that allegedly aren't really bad parts. And when he gets a chance to tell you about that, you'll be astonished. He's very involved in the industry. He's on the ASE Governor Board. He's been past chair of NACAT. He's been the past chair of ATMC, the Automotive Trainers Management Council, and also with Skills USA. We also released an episode with Jackie Walker-Hauer, and that's episode 147. And Jackie's the daughter of Judy Zimmerman Walter, and she's been on a couple of podcasts in the past. They run a great business, Zimmerman's Automotive, out in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. And I was really intrigued about Jackie Walker, who's the operations manager of this large family enterprise. She brought, a very dynamic part to the interview. First of all, they're going through a succession plan. You'll hear her particular perspective as third generation. She also gives me, and I think she'll give you a refreshing outlook from the future of our industry and the kind of talent that we have. And she also talks about her commitment to Northwood Online. She's going to take her bachelor's degree in automotive from Northwood. So that's great, and hats off to you, Jackie. Thanks so much for having been on with me this week. Now, last week, the question of the week. And I'm going to give you some excerpts from some of the answers that I got. And the question was, regarding technician training, nighttime or daytime, your preference, do you get both offered? And which venue do you believe is more beneficial? A lot of chatter on this one. And I'm going to read you some of the replies. We are now in a profession that demands a very alert person to grasp and understand the complexities of the diagnostic world. A tired mind, fatigued, after work all day cannot properly absorb the tremendous amount of knowledge that's required. Profound. How about this? Night classes suck. After a day of frying my brain, it is tough to go and absorb more input. Granted, most night classes are watered down wastes of time anyway. I'd rather sacrifice a Saturday for 8 hours of quality learning from a quality source. I feel the same for management training. Wow. Here's another one. I've been pushing for daytime training for years. I don't like sitting in a class for 4 hours after working all day, and I'm sure my techs don't either. If more shop owners would see the value of an alert tech during training, absolutely. You know, I think what's important, please share this video with friends of yours that are trainers and or have training companies. I think the trend, the word is that the trend needs to be to daytime. And there's a couple of points here at the end that I think are important to listen to. Here's some more. We also have to remember to support our choice. And this is really important. If we say we want classes on a Saturday or classes during the day or classes at conventions, we must attend them. And that's so important. Too many people say, yeah, and they never do. And I remember because I used to sit in front of service professionals and say, when do you want classes? And they'd all say daytime. We'd hold them, and no one would show up. So that's a great way to crash through what it seems like everybody seems to want here, and that is daytime. Everybody, 90% of everyone that got back to me wants daytime. Another one, my experience with classes being offered is this. From me, the owner. Hey, there's a class being offered of advanced diagnostics of the headlight, wiper, and defogger systems next week. And the tech. Who's teaching it? I found that my techs, and that's all I can speak about, are anxious to go to class day or evening depending on the expected quality of the class. Bingo. There it is. Here's another one. Whenever possible, but lack of daytime attendance by others means that few classes are scheduled during the day, and it goes back to people not showing up. And I've got a couple of more, and I'm digging into this a little deeper because I think this is an important trend that we all must set. Daytime is the best, in my opinion, during the week or weekend, and paying your techs for attending, paying for the class and transportation cost, if any, and make sure meals are provided. That is why I love the Vision Show in Kansas City so much. Here's another one. I'd love to see us go daytime. It's hard for me to get behind training events knowing how tired I feel at the end of the day and expect my team, who are just as fatigued, to go out and spend 3 to 4 hours learning something new. That's not right. We need to change. Do you think it's possible that one of our vendors can offer a weekday daytime class? And I know they're out there, but I think the key is that they tried. And when the attendance wasn't there, they gave up on them. So that watered down 3 to 4 hour class is available to you, and it may not be exactly what you need to have. One more, I pressed hard for 2 years locally to do daytime training, hold the classes from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Then the techs could still work the second half. We ended up with a compromise of starting training at 4 to 8, but like several have written, attendance has dropped off. So, hey, thank you so much for all the replies and the inputs on that. That's just, it's good. I appreciate that so much. Now, next week's question. Here it is. Did you create your ASE video? And I've done some chatter on Facebook about it. I know Amy Matanat has sent a lot of information out on the web about this. We have a chance to rally around ASE. Here's the question. What is ASE and why is it important to the motoring public? And there's a contest to go to SEMA, an all-expenses paid trip to SEMA, and then there's a second prize in tickets for Vision. Yeah, I guess it's fun to have a contest and go get it and win something. But the bottom line, let me tell you what it is. It's really getting this marketing message into ASE, and then hopefully that marketing message amongst everyone who's participated helps bubble up the value that ASE brings to the motoring public. And we need to hear it from your words. So here's what you do. You go to ase.com/video contest. ase.com/video contest. All the rules are there, where you can submit your video. Take your smartphone, put it sideways, do a nice landscape, ask your techs, ask your customers, do a selfie video of yourself. Tell ASE why what is ASE and why is it important to the motoring public? And that's the question of the week. Did you create a video? And I want to hear some chatter on that. Well, listen, it's been 10 minutes. We're here near the end. Thank you so much for your loyalty and your support. Listenership is through the roof. Your input, your emails, doing the surveys, visiting the website. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It's the long weekend coming up. Maybe the first thing that you don't even want to think about is listening to a podcast, but maybe it's one of the things that you may want to do. Just find that 20 minutes or a half hour in your very long 3-day weekend and catch up on a podcast that seems very interesting or one that you may have missed. Okay. Song of the week from Steely Dan, one of my most favorite groups, FM, No Static at All. You remember that song? Came out in 1978 from the album called FM. It was an actual soundtrack from a movie called FM. It was about progressive rock radio. Walter Becker and Donald Fagen wrote the song. Of course, they also played, you may not know this, almost every instrument on the song. And the engineer for that song, Roger Nichols, won that year's Grammy Award for the Best Engineered Recording. And it was the first time a single song won that Grammy. And boy, that was great. And I do have a quote of the week. My quote of the week is kind of funny. And it's from the movie Young Frankenstein. We just lost Gene Wilder, one of my most favorite actors, and most of his movies to me were classics. One that I love. When you need a good laugh, you put in Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, and those stir-crazy ones that he did with Richard Pryor. So here's my quote of the week. Dr. Friedrich Frankenstein says, I'm a rather brilliant surgeon. Perhaps I can help you with that hump. And Igor says, what hump? A classic line. My quote of the week. A little fun stuff from the late Gene Wilder. Hey, enjoy your Labor Day holiday weekend, and thank you so much for your ear.